Today I stand on my principle. No. Okay, so today I stand because why not? Because it's Saturday. So we have a lot of things to talk about, a lot of steam. Are they significant or not? Maybe, I don't know. But AC Milan did this offer for Gimenez, for Santi. You call him Santi, let's call him Santi Gimenez, which was a good offer. It was a good offer. It was like, now I don't know the details, obviously, but it was like something 30 millions total. Now 36 millions, 30 millions total with the bonuses, which, wait, it makes me think maybe they offer like 20 millions plus bonuses. I don't know, something like this. But overall, if everything goes well, 30 millions, which it's good money. It's good money. It's still a very questionable question mark. The player, we don't know if he's gonna perform, if he's gonna be another Andrea Silva or Piontek. Do you remember Piontek? That's the fear that we all have, really, that he's gonna be a disaster, and we paid a lot of money and we go over banter era all over again. But let's hope that does not happen. Feyernoord said, no, we want 40 million, so you give us 40 millions. This is tough. Would you give 40 millions? Because 40 millions are, like, objectively, they're a lot of money for this player, because he has not proven himself. It could be a Zirkzee, right? Like with Manchester United. It could be one of those. But, you know, in football, you gotta risk. So I guess we need a striker. Strikers are more expensive during the winter, because if you don't have a striker in the winter, it's your problem. And Feyenoord want him to play the Champions League. So we will see how that goes. But Orsolini, news. It's a million things. There's Orsolini, there's Emerson Royal replying to a message of somebody. I'll show you that later. But Orsolini, Milan wants Orsolini. Who is Orsolini? Orsolini is a right winger. He is a right winger of Bologna. Call it as you wish. So he is a right winger. Is it good? Because the offer is not good, because AC Milan offered 20 million, which for me are a lot of money for a player like Orsolini. Yes, he's Italian, blah, blah, blah. We want more Italian in our team. I want more Italian in our team as well, but I want good Italian players like Ricci, Buongiorno, you know, players that can be starters, while Orsolini is clearly can start from the bench, and he's gonna go and substitute Pulisic. Problem is that Orsolini is injured right now. He is injured. I don't want to get a player that is injured and you never know if he's gonna really recover from the injury or not. I mean, it was like a hamstring injury or something like this. And I don't want 20 million for an injured player and you don't know if he's gonna recover fully. That's a huge risk, and that's a lot of money too. And they wanted, because they really want to get rid of Okafor and Chuku, so they offered to give Chuku and Okafor together with nothing, with the money. Like, you pay 20 million and you get Chuku and Okafor, but you don't get the players full thing. Like, you don't get the players for free. You just loan the players to Bologna, pretty much. So you give Okafor or Chukwueze, or Okafor and Chukwueze, I think that was, to Bologna, and you just see what happens, pretty much, okay? So if they want to buy them the next year, then you're gonna talk about that later. I think that's the thing. But I think 20 million for an injured player that is 28 years old. Let's not forget that he is 20 years old. And so he should be in his prime. This is the age in which usually a football player will get to his prime, his best form. So he plays in Bologna, but he is a good substitute for Pulisic. I'm not gonna say no. He's gonna help the lists. If you don't know about the list problem of AC Milan, I just made a video a few days ago. So, like, we need Italians in the team, not only because we are an Italian team, but because when you give a list to Serie A for blah, 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 you need Italian players, pretty much, okay? Or players raised in Italy, footballish, in a football way. You got it. So Orsolini If we can get him for a bit less than 20 millions, I'd say, yeah, why not? It's a good substitute. And it's not that we have great stuff. I mean, surely he is better than Chuku, right? So can't be worse than Chuku. So that's great, that's great. But then Walker, cazzo, Walker, we have a million things happening. Walker, officially, he is a player of AC Milan. Walker that put a clause in his contract. He said, I want the clause, I want the bonus if we win the Champions League. And AC Milan said, you want what? What? We win what? Exactly, because I mean, it's good. I like that. This is the mentality I want every player to have. Every player in the clause of AC Milan should have these words. In case we win the Champions League, you pay me, I don't know, 10 millions of players. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care if this is a dream, it's just a dream, but it's a good mentality step that we need to do because players like Walker, despite all the negatives or problems that you can find about him, at least he has a good mentality that you can show on the pitch, because even Ibrahimovic had a great mentality on the pitch. Outside of the pitch, as a manager, it is a totally different, so you cannot translate that with managing, but that's a different thing. That's different. Has nothing to do with Walker. So it's great. It is great that a player with this mentality arrives. We will see how he does. He's on a loan with the option to buy, so we don't have to get him for sure if he doesn't do any good. He has to play because Emerson got injured the 3 months. And I want to just add something to the previous video I made, which is his injury should not have happened. Why? Because if a player is on the market, usually you try not to play that player during that period unless it's like very necessary to have him on the pitch. So this is Conceição's fault, because Conceição should not have bring Emerson Royal. He should have put like just Calabria, because Girona is not an unbeatable team, and with Emerson Calabria you could have beaten him anyway. So that's on Conceição for this. But anyway, so Emerson Royal replied to somebody. I didn't look into it too much, but he replied something like this: in Italy, they always talk about me. Please love me less. Mamma mia. Oh, bravo Emerson. Bravo Emerson, but we can't love you less. We love you more. And I hope for you that you get back from your injury and you better than before, okay? Obviously, I don't wish an injury on anybody, not even my enemies or rivals or whatever, right? Because I always want teams to have the best. Anyway, it was Emerson Royal that made me smile. So Walker is not going to play in the match tomorrow against Parma because he has bureaucracy things to do. That was the explanation. I don't know what that means, but he's not going to be available for Parma, which means that he's going to play his first match against Inter. Oh, Inter, the only team we can beat this year. And I hope to beat Inter, because at least if we can't win the Scudetto, we can't stop Inter from winning the Scudetto, right? That's a good thing. So we beat Inter, Napoli flies, Atalanta possibly flies too, and Inter doesn't win anything, okay? So that's the dream. So that is the dream. But Parma, do you remember Parma? Is one of the first games we played in Serie A this year. And we lost. Like Parma, I think he lost 4 matches overall. I think, 4 matches. And one of those 4 matches was with us. Okay, because we always struggle with these kind of teams for some reason, like even like Lecce, these small teams create us a lot of problems. Usually Parma doesn't win, and he is fighting for, pretty much fighting for relegation now, Parma, so I am a little bit afraid from this match, because you never know. We never know anything, and let's not give the 5th win. We have our direct rivals to beat, so Bologna. And that's why we get Orsolini. Do you remember Berlusconi tactics? Berlusconi will go to the strongest team and steal their best players. That's what Bayern basically does, right? It's a strategy. So we're doing the same. we're going to get the best players from Bologna because Bologna is ahead of us and we can't get past Bologna. We cannot get past Bologna, so we have to get the best players. Tactics, that is good tactics, good tactics. Anyway, game against Parma, what do we expect? Nothing, but Parma, okay, so instead of watching the game, you could do some research on Parmigiano Reggiano, which comes from Parma's Parmesan cheese. Parmesan cheese is amazing, but there are two types usually that you can find. So you have Parmigiano Reggiano and Grana Padano, okay? They look similar, but they taste pretty much very, very different, and one is better than the other. Which one is better? Parmigiano Reggiano, the one that they make in Parma. It's more expensive usually, but go for it, because it's so much better. And so if you are in Italy now, and you're traveling, and you want to buy cheese for your friends or for your lover, you just go to a superstore, market, whatever, and you just buy Parmigiano Reggiano, okay? Because that's great, you can use it everywhere, you can eat it with aceto balsamico, the real one if you can find it, the aceto balsamico di Modena, which is so extremely good, the real one. I'm not talking about the one that you find in the supermarkets. The real Modena, aceto di Modena, it's something, mwah, it's very good. It's very good, and you don't want to waste it on salad. You use it on old cheese, or you can just have a spoon. It doesn't matter, it has nothing to do with Parma. But Parmigiano Reggiano and Parma ham, just get those stuff, okay? No, trust me, they're good. They are good. If there is one thing that Italy is good for, it's food. Food, the climate, food, it's amazing. Italy is very nice for food. Travel, go to Italy. Don't go to other places. Go to Italy. Don't go to Japan. Go to Italy. Okay? I'll go to Japan too. Japan is nice. Japan is very nice too. Yeah, it's very safe. The food is great here. So yeah. Goodbye.